Her greed was literally leaking into her own backyard. I called Marcus and told him everything. He whistled through the receiver. "You realize what this means? You've got her. File every report, get the lab numbers notarized, and keep copies. If she wants war, we'll give her paperwork artillery." So I did. Photos, timestamps, witness statements, the whole pile. Every complaint she filed had a twin, one of my reports proving she was guilty of the same thing. That night, the valley was silent again. Even the construction noise from her subdivision had stopped. Only the creek moved, whispering through the dark like it knew secrets. Linda thought she'd found my weakness. She didn't realize she'd just handed me my first weapon. And as I slipped her latest violation notice into the growing evidence folder, I couldn't help but smile. If the truth was water, she was about to drown in it. I wasn't planning to become a detective, but after weeks of Linda's lies, I wanted to understand exactly how deep her reach went. So one cold afternoon, I drove down to the county records office, a squat concrete building that smelled like dust and old coffee, and started digging. If you've never searched county archives, it's like panning for gold in mud. Decades of faded handwriting, typewriter ink, misfiled deeds, and stamps from offices that don't exist anymore. But after hours of squinting under fluorescent lights, I found something strange. A thin, leather-bound folder with my grandfather's name embossed in gold. Inside were deeds, mineral rights claims, and legal descriptions so old they mentioned territories instead of counties. My pulse quickened as I read line after line. Grandpa hadn't just bought the surface land back in 1963. He'd purchased everything beneath it. Water rights, timber rights, mineral rights, and according to one handwritten clause, inclusive of all tributaries, aquifers, and subsurface materials within Clearwater Valley. That meant every drop of water under Linda's development, every inch of rock her contractors had blasted through for those foundations, all of it technically belonged to me. I sat back in that creaky archive chair, paper trembling in my hands. For the first time since she'd called the cops on me, I laughed. Out loud. Grandpa hadn't just bought land. He'd bought insurance against exactly this kind of greed.